Hey, you guys. Sorry about that false start. I am back, and hopefully, this will work out just fine. I know it's been a little while since I've done a live, and I also haven't done one outside in a really long time. So please hit that like button for me if you feel so inclined, and share, subscribe, ring your notification bell if you'd like to be notified. So thank you guys so much for showing up in that 7 minute live that I didn't realize was 7 minutes because like I started it, then I thought I turned it off, and then you just saw the empty chair, which that is a style of therapy. The empty chair. Yes, it is. It is. It is. I'm not even kidding you. So anyway, I'm coming on live just to talk about a couple of things with the Idaho 4 case. And I always like to start out with my little disclaimer. Everything I say is simply my opinion, simply for the sake of conversation, hoping to open up a discussion, hoping to be able to speak clearly. So I still have my allergies, as you can hear. Hey, Susan, you're the first one to say hi. Thank you. Um, and it just occurred to me this morning with these allergies because hey, Becky, it's worse than it's ever been. But I am taking like 3 different medications, over the counter medications. So hopefully I won't be like overdosing and dying from cold medicine, like River Phoenix. Um, anyway, I thought, well, maybe it's like residual effects from COVID combined with the hay fever because, I don't usually get really bad hay fever. And I didn't have a bad case of COVID, but I did get it last summer briefly. And, there's just so many mysterious things about COVID. So I wonder if the allergies are a combination of what's ever left over from that little episode I had last August. Yeah, it was the beginning of August. We were going on a family vacation, and I thought I was going to have to stay home. Hey, Michael McAllister, good morning. I just gotten done writing you that it is very beautiful out there, and the birds. Oh, and it says my battery's running low, but I'm plugged in, you stupid thing. Let me make sure that I'm plugged in because it shouldn't be saying that. It says you might want to plug in your PC, and I am plugged in, but let me. Ugh, goodness, it's just one thing after another, isn't it? It's ridiculous. Oh, goodness gracious. Maybe there's something wrong with this plug. Maybe there's something wrong in general. So let's hope that that works. All right. And I'm going to highlight. So we got Susan, Becky, Crime Story Diva. Sorry, I missed you there. Michael McAllister. And just going to hit that. All right. Getting going. So back on track. Did I do my little disclaimer? I don't think I did. I got interrupted with this, that, and the other. The birds are having a great time, aren't they? And yeah, it's like a little bird sanctuary out here. So everything I say is simply my opinion. It's simply for the sake of conversation. I always am hoping to open up a discussion. And finally, I have you guys here in chat to actually discuss with, not just discussing with myself in a pre-recorded. And I always hope to learn something from you guys, from the ether, from the internet, from real life. I'm always hoping to learn something. And I'm always hoping that I'm part of an educational process with other people, because that's sort of my whole purpose in stepping into this crazy freaking arena. So I really enjoy your lives outside with the birds chirping in the background. Hey, Sarah Q. I do too. I love birds. The problem with being outside, well, my allergies, but I don't think those would be any better inside. It's also if there's traffic noise, sirens, like, last week when the police were coming to pick me up. That wasn't alive, but I was outside, and yeah, that was funny. Also, if there's like lawnmowers, wood chippers, children screaming, I mean, those are all fine things. They can just be a little bit of a distraction, more so for me, maybe, than you guys. Like any kind of noise just kind of derails my thought process, which I can't afford that, especially when I'm having allergies and I've got like a head full of stuffing. So, do you hear that motorcycle? That's what I'm talking about. Now my brain is totally fried. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So, what I wanted to talk about in regards to the Idaho 4 case is just kind of the big picture, kind of like the deeper meaning and finding meaning for these victims and these families, the victims' families. They have to live their whole lives. Right now, they're having to live with the gag order and they're having to live with hoping for justice. But sadly, they've lost their loved ones forever. It's horrible. It's horrible. So, how do you find peace? How do you find grace? How do you experience joy in such darkness? I was watching a little bit of Letitia Stotch, and I'm forgetting the child's name, Gannon. If you guys want to help me out, his mother, I was watching an interview with her and her speaking about what the last 3 years has been like, and just absolutely devastating. Hey, Scotland, what's up? Really, it's so green over there, isn't it? So yeah, Letitia Stausch. I haven't followed that case. I can barely even say her last name correctly. And this poor child, Gannon. I've got my own issues with not being able to put my attention onto cases where kids are being murdered. And I've shared with you guys before, that's because somebody made a very serious attempt on my own life when I was 11 years old. So I've got deep seated issues. That's why I'm a therapist. It's why I've been in therapy. And it's probably why I do true crime, because I understand it from the inside. And people who victimize other people are obviously seriously demented, but especially victimizing small children. I mean, it's all about power and control, in my opinion. And when you take children, a child's life, I mean, children trust adults. They look to adults for protection. And especially as parents or foster parents, that's your cornerstone, is to protect your kids. If you're not going to protect your kids, what else is there to do? Um, I mean, just be a seriously sick individual and hopefully rot in jail. Yes, that's my final answer. So I wanted to speak to the issue of these families, like Gannon's mother, and like Madison Mogan's parents, Kaylee Gonzalez's parents and family. Um, Xana Kernodle and Ethan Chapin, of course, all of them. And not only their trust in humanity, but their trust in the system, their trust in these institutions